this. This is heavy. Well, obviously this box is very heavy. In fact, it weighs 275 pounds. I'll tell you at the end of this video what's in it. But it's not a body or anything like that. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to show you how I move this box out of this shop into my garage so that I can have it picked up by the freight people. Now, when the freight people pick this up, they're going to pick it up with a pallet jack, and it'll go up under this section right here, the tongs of the jack, and it'll lift it up and you can wheel it anywhere. But obviously I don't have one of those. So I've got to come up with another way to do this. So stay tuned and we'll take a look at it. So I'm going to lift this box up and put it on some wheels, and I'll use some leverage to do that. So let me show you the tools that I'm going to use to pick this box up, put it on a four-wheel dolly, move it around to the garage, and then have it sit there ready for the freight company to pick up next week. Okay, so I've got three tools in here that actually a fourth one, but I'll tell you that in just a minute here. Three tools. This is a pry bar, and I bought this back in my 20s when I was a carpenter, and I used to use it to lift up, go up under doors and lift them up while I was trying to place it on the hinges and everything, and I would use my foot to lift it up, much like this. So if I take this pry bar and slide it up under here, where it goes up under it, now I can press down with my foot and raise it up and down. So you see it coming up and down. And my goal is to get it up high enough to put this four-wheel dolly underneath, and then I can roll it around wherever I want. And I've got an extra tool here. This is really going to be my leverage. This is a two-wheel dolly, and this is how I'll lever the box up high enough to get this four-wheel dolly up under it. Okay, so now I'm ready to raise this box up just enough to be able to get this two-wheel dolly up under the corner of it. And that's going to be my leverage to lift it up. And now I've done that, I can slide this out of the way. And I'm going to use the dolly to pull this up. And so you'll see it coming up like this. And that can go up way high. Wait a minute. If I let go of it, it's going to come back down. So let me show you another trick. This is the fourth tool I was going to tell you about. It's actually a weight that I can fasten onto the edge of this thing and let it hang up here. This is going to be my counterweight to keep the dolly down while I slide the four-wheel dolly up underneath it. I've got to go find a bungee cord, so hang on. Okay, I got the bungee cord. Now all this is for is just to hook around the handles of this car charger. The car charger's got a big lithium-ion battery in it, which is, you know, heavy enough to hold this down. Actually, let me put it on the front side of this thing. I think that'll be better. I'll put this up under here, and now it'll just hang by that bungee cord. And when I get ready to lift this thing up, here it goes. Right now, that counterbalance is just heavy enough to hold that two-wheel dolly down. And now I've got my four-wheel dolly here, and I just simply have to slide it up under the middle of this thing, get it positioned just right, and I can raise my dolly back up. And here it goes, resting it. Go down easy, make sure it's going to stay. Yep, that looks good. All right, get this out of the way. All right, now it's just kind of tottering on here, and I can lift it up like this, and I can go anywhere I want. And I'm going out this way. The garage is over on the other side over there. So here I go. Okay, so my goal is to move this all the way to the back of the garage over there. So here goes. Up the ramp to the back. I want to get it right right to the very back, so I've got plenty of room to put the car back in here. And now notice how it teeters up like this. Now I've got to pull it back out and just reverse that procedure that I did before to get that in there. Okay, I've got the box back there, so stay tuned and I'll tell you what's in the box. Okay. Back in 1996, I took up photography, doing landscape photography. Digital cameras had just come out, and I was very interested in that. I'm doing a lot of hiking, walking around the woods, things like that. I still do that as much as I can today. But I bought a bunch of different camera equipment over the years. In fact, I had 4 different digital cameras, real fine digital cameras, as they progress through the stages of technology and so forth. And then I bought several point and shoot digital cameras so I could easily carry them wherever I went, and just had a big time doing landscape photography. And then I got interested in doing some portrait photography. So I ordered lights, backdrops, and all kinds of things for doing studio lighting. But I really never took too much advantage of that stuff. But anyway, that's what's in this box. It's all that photography equipment, 270 pounds worth. And so it's got 6 or 7 tripods, halogens, soft boxes, halogen lights, that is, soft boxes, and backdrops, and just all kinds of different things like that. And then the camera equipment itself, about 12 different lenses that fit on the Nikon camera bodies and things like that. So interesting hobby, but at this point I just don't ever use it anymore, and the iPhone is just about all I need for doing photography. And so and I can take the best camera is the ones you have with you. I've always got my iPhone with me. So I needed to get rid of this equipment, and you know, I didn't want to just put it on eBay and sell it or whatever. I'd probably be selling it piecemeal. For the amount of effort to put it on eBay, I'm not certain the money that I got back for all that equipment would have been worth it. But so what I decided to do was donate it to a charity. And this particular charity is called photostart.org. This is a picture of it right here. And this is their website, photostart.org. And they teach kids how to use digital cameras and to give them in fact, I'm going to read a little bit about what they do here. It says, PhotoStart is a platform connecting the most at-risk children with modern opportunity. Children develop technical and creative skills and learn creative ways to use those skills. We facilitate access to industry professionals, mentors, field trips to heritage sites, and other unique experiences otherwise unavailable. Now, they are located in South Africa, so they've got a number of different photographers, and these ladies and gentlemen work with these underprivileged kids to try to help them break out of the cycle of poverty and things like that, and to develop some skill sets. And these kids absolutely love it. They pick up on it. They're fast learners, and they teach them all the professional aspects of photography. And of course, South Africa is a wonderful place with access to wild animals, massive scenery, and things like that. And then of course the people are beautiful too, so they teach them how to do portrait photography as well. So anyway, I'm going to send this box up to New York City. They have a secondary office there, and what they do is they end up putting it on a ship, and it'll go over to South Africa and be used for this mission opportunity like that. So they're really excited about that, and so if you're interested in it, take a look, photostart.org, and you can go from there. By the way, I just mentioned that I don't do that fancy landscape photography, but this is a new hobby of mine that I'm going to be doing YouTube videos showing woodworking. And the purpose of this is not really to build a YouTube channel that a lot of people watch. I'd be happy if they did, but really it's to archive the kind of things I do in woodworking and all the skills I've learned in my shop, with all the tools that I have and so forth. And eventually those tools are going to go down to my grandchildren and perhaps help them with the careers that they have. And if anything else, they will enjoy using those tools. I hope, that's my hope anyway for them. And if I'm not around long enough to teach them, you know, one-on-one or one-on-two or one-on-three, the kind of things that you can do with woodworking, when they get older, and perhaps I'm no longer able to, they'll have all those videos to watch. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. So folks, I'll see you later. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and like it.